Like Casey and I, okay, we're old enough to remember when no one in the U.S. knew much about soccer. When, the U.S. returned to the World Cup for the first time in 40 years in 1950, and Casey was on that team. And people ask you questions like, what is soccer? Like, people didn't know what Manchester United was, and now there's so much more sophistication. When you think, Casey, about the way the culture in this country has changed, the degree of sophistication around soccer, now hosting our second World Cup in the last 32 years, what comes to mind?
Kind of where we started to where we are now. Back in 1990, I think we had like a handful of reporters and maybe one TV station, cover our trip in 1990, and then to host in 94, which I think then kind of really kicked off things. It kind of gave a different perspective to everybody. Then you get into the streaming world. If my parents wanted to watch one of my games in Europe, they had to go to some British bar, and then maybe it was one of the televised games, to now the point where you can watch every match from every league and be a student of the game, where you weren't able to do that at the beginning of this run. And so now the U.S. players are known because fans can actually see them week in and week out. And I think that has been a huge step in the progression, of the sport in this country.